everyone, to the Geek Cause podcast.
Woo!
This is
Totally the first
attempt, and definitely didn't have any loss of files. Don't you worry your pretty little heads about that.
Yep.
Take two always works better, right?
But this is take one.
Take one. Take one always is better than the first one. No, we had already done this for you guys, and there's a little bit of an issue, but you know what? This just shows our persistence, and we're back to do it all again and introduce ourselves as the Geek Cause.
All over again.
Basically, this episode 0 is going to be about us kind of introducing ourselves, letting you get to know us a little bit, and also introduce you to the podcast and what it's going to be like, what it's going to sound like, and whether or not you should take the time to listen to the rest of the episodes. Hopefully you do.
We're just going to unload our baggage on you, then tell you what we're going to do in the future, and hope you don't run away.
Pretty much. I mean, that's kind of how like relationships work, right? Think of us like you're a new relationship.
Yeah.
We're gonna unload everything on you at the beginning, and if you want to deal with it, you're more than welcome to. So, let's just jump right into it.
I think before we go into talking about ourselves, we should first again point out whose voice is who.
That was Kyle.
I'm Kyle.
Kyle's voice is the lovely Irish voice. If you need any sort of identification, the Irish voice that you hear, that is Kyle, and then the very plain, boring American voice is
Cody.
This is Cody. If you can't tell, I am American.
What? Really? Why am I only finding out about this now?
I don't know. It's definitely not like we've used it to promote anything for the podcast.
Oh God, no! Never do that. It's too gimmicky.
Yeah, it's way too gimmicky.
Yeah.
We would never stoop that low, especially as we would never beg people to sponsor us.
No.
Please, sponsors.
Please.
So yeah, now we'll kind of talk about each other now. Let's talk about ourselves.
Oh,
Kyle,
my favorite topic.
Please keep the narcissism level down just a little bit, but still elaborate.
It's difficult to do. Very difficult to do.
All right, well then explain why.
Oh, my name is Kyle. I'm 20 years of age. Lived through 20 winters.
20 winters?
20 winters.
Actually, you could technically have only lived through like 19 depending on when you're
19,
born.
because I haven't lived through my 20th winter.
So he's already telling you misinformation. This is why you can't believe internet personalities.
It's inaccuracies.
He's gonna be posting a YouTube video later apologizing.
Yeah. I'll have to start it with the patented sigh.
Yeah.
I never thought this day would come. It's only been a day, but honestly, I lasted longer than I thought I would. I've survived 19 winters on this earth. I come from the Emerald Isles, that is Ireland, greatest country in the world.
Debatable.
Fact.
Okay, go on.
I have a deep interest in all things nerdy, hence why I'm here, why I agreed to this in the first place.
Yeah, it took a lot of convincing.
Like, it was like, we sat down at meetings, there was paperwork.
We got a couple lawyers involved.
There was a whole legal team. I had to make sure the terms were right.
Yeah.
You know, free healthcare, dental, things like that.
Luckily, we came across a nice, even 20-80 split.
Yeah.
I get 80% of all revenue made, and Kyle gets 20%.
I get 20.
But it's fine because, you know, he's used to getting the shit out of the stick.
Exactly.
He's Irish.
Exactly. I think we've never had a good time. Ever. And the one time we had a good time ended in a recession.
Actually, you know what? I think Americans and Irish are pretty close.
Things go well until you spend all the money. But back to me.
Yes, come on, let's hear it.
Not currently, going to study psychology. I have a certain counselling in psychology. So clearly I'm the smarter one. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll go with that. Because psychologists are always intelligent.
Oh, yeah.
It's definitely not all just about knowing the things to say.
No, God, no. It's at the height of intelligence, and it's not just making a lot of things up. Psychologists haven't got through this
by just
on their luck.
By just coming up with the right thing to say.
It's kind of just throwing things at a wall and hoping something sticks.
You just throw yourself at a wall and
I hope I stick.
hope you stick. And
The 50-50 chance of that happening.
50-50. Wow, you're very generous to yourself.
I like to feel like I'm quite sticky.
It's really hot today and getting a little humid, so you might be quite sticky after this podcast.
Yeah.
All right.
Is there anything else you want to know specifically?
I don't know. We can come to that in a second.
Why don't you tell us a bit about you?
My name's Cody, as we've already established. I'm 26 years old.
So old.
I've got a PhD.
Oh, really?
And by that, I mean a pretty...
half-assed degree.
I'm trying to think of something. Give me a second. A pretty happy disposition in life.
Right.
I, too, am into the sort of nerd geek culture. I love video games. I love listening to music.
You love
certain TV shows.
Way?
I sometimes
Romantically?
make out with my Nintendo Switch. I can't lie there. I'm
I tried to hold composure on that one, but I couldn't.
Currently studying for some certifications in IT, and just enjoying my time here in Ireland while I'm able to. And yeah, I mean, we came together with this idea that we both love listening to podcasts. We both, love playing video games, like looking at news, like creating content, like just like coming up with stuff. And
we're both unemployed, so
yeah, we're both unemployed. So we figured, why not
make our own podcast
and just talk to people, do our own content and do the things that we love to listen to or watch or whatever. Just do it ourselves and see what we come up with. We don't know if anybody will like to listen to it or, check out what we're doing. You better. But we also kind of, we're not doing it for others as much as we're doing it for ourselves to benefit others that want to listen.
Yeah. We're doing it because we like it, but if other people happen to like it,
then that's awesome. Then we hope you enjoy it and we would love to create, more content for you. Other than that, we're just two guys wanting to talk about shit and have a good time while doing it.
And have to sit awkwardly close to each other.
Yes, we sit very awkwardly close to each other because because of that unemployment part, we don't have the technology affordable to us where we can kind of get some distance.
We're restricted by the technology of our time.
Yeah, the technology of our time. The technology where like you literally can have microphones that can pick up the sound of hair hitting the ground.
Yeah.
But the technology of our time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But everything but ourselves.
Everything but us. And that's what I'm good at. So, real quick, we'll give a little bit more information. Kyle,
Cody,
give me some of your favorite video games, movies, musical artists, etc.
Gives me deja vu.
Yeah, does it?
Yeah. I've heard these questions before.
You've heard these questions before.
Don't know how it was. It's probably nothing.
Yeah.
But anyways.
Not Groundhog Day.
No. Where is it?
No, it's 4th of July.
Woo! 4th of July. Yeah. No. I tried to get into it, but I can't. It's difficult.
Same.
But you're American, you should be into it. That should be your jam. You should be wearing the American flag. You should have bald eagles flying everywhere.
Don't ruin my image. I am doing that.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
You gotta keep up your image for the folk back home, yeah.
Exactly.
But anyways, back to me. That's my segue for everything. Favorite game? Don't really have one. Really? I like lots of games.
You like lots of games. You don't have a favorite game.
I don't have a favorite game. Cody's ruining this podcast.
I know, I'm getting a call from Ireland and that never happens.
Because, you know everyone in Ireland. We're a small country that people across the country actually know you already.
That's true.
It's like...
I'm very well liked and popular.
Spreads, far and wide. We all know each other.
That's true. Anyways, go on.
I keep getting distracted. Keep distracting me. What were we talking about? Oh yeah, it's my favorite game.
Your favorite games?
Movies.
Movies.
Musical artists.
Musical artists.
Well, Favorite games would be more of a serious thing. Dark Souls and Witcher.
Dark Souls, huh?
Dark Souls, yeah.
Are you good at Dark Souls?
Very good at Dark Souls. I almost got the world record for Dark Souls 1 speedrun. I was off by 10 minutes.
That's not almost. Oh, I was so listening to what you were saying. I was like so into it.
Yeah, I was off by 10 minutes.
10 minutes, wow.
But I was off by 3 for Dark Souls 2. So that was a bit better.
That's a lot closer.
That's a lot closer than 10 minutes.
Not that I'm not saying that only 10 minutes off isn't good, but in the world of speedrunning, people get within like 10 seconds of the all the time.
Yeah.
So like to get within 10 minutes.
10 minutes. It's a personal victory for me, okay?
Yeah.
It's a big achievement for me.
What about Dark Souls 3?
Dark Souls 3 actually never tried to speedrun.
Wow.
Yeah, but I did play it a lot.
It's because you're bad?
Did a lot of PvP in it.
Are you bad at it? Is that why you never did it?
No, I was kind of really good at it.
You're just really good, so you just couldn't speedrun it
Just
because you
didn't wanna
didn't want to make people feel bad.
No, it's because the speedrun came out for it. And I remember I got it when it was released. Like a couple of months past, like, oh, see what the record is. And it was ridiculous, and it was like, okay, no. It was like such a small number that I was gonna kill myself over it.
Do you ever try doing a no-hit challenge?
I have.
How'd that go?
Very badly. Like, one time I got through about 3/4 Dark Souls 1 and got hit.
I wouldn't even try it in Dark Souls 1 because everything's too finicky when it comes to the combat.
That's why I picked that one.
So I can abuse the system of getting hit.
It's the extra torture. It's rough.
Yeah, that sounds rough.
Yeah, it's real rough. And I was going to do it for Sekiro as well, but again, I think when that was released after a week, I think the world record was like, I don't know, 25 minutes or something.
No.
And it took me like an hour and a half to get through about half of the game.
At least.
Yeah. That's been generous.
Wow.
Yeah.
I haven't even played Sekiro yet, but I heard it was really good.
Oh, it's really fun. It's very different. Looking forward to their new one. Can't remember what it's called, but George R. R. Martin is helping make it.
Oh, Eden?
It's like something rings or something.
Elden Rings.
Elden Rings, yeah.
Something like that.
Sounds right.
Ring of Elden,
yeah.
Definitely something with Elden or rings.
For Dark Souls, that's very broad. Considering the entire thing is based around lots of rings.
Yeah, it is. I was like, rings, but different type of rings. Yes, yeah, I get what you're saying.
You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. So you got Dark Souls in your, I already forgot the second one as your favorite series. Witcher. The Witcher series and the Dark Souls series is your favorite series. Okay, so what about when it comes to movie? What's your favorite
movies? Hands down, has to be Reservoir Dogs.
Mm-hmm.
That doubt.
I feel like I've heard this before.
I feel like you've heard this before. Have you seen Reservoir Dogs?
I have not seen Reservoir Dogs.
You need to get that in there so you can be burned at the stake.
I'm not a big Quentin Tarantino fan, but he's all right. I'm not a big enough fan that I want to watch all of his stuff.
So good.
I don't even know what the movie's about. Like that's how. Listen, I'm the video game buff, and you're the movie buff. We've already established this. Just no one else knows it because it's all a race forever.
Yeah. Why'd you find the files after this?
I wouldn't use them. I'd throw them in the trash.
This is already better.
I'd permanently delete them. No, it's not that it's better at all. I'm just mad.
You're just angry.
I'd be angry at the files.
You'd do it out of spite.
So yeah, that's cool.
My favorite movie. Close second though would be Children of Men.
Haven't seen that either.
What is wrong with you?
I'm not a movie guy.
What about?
I spend all my time playing games.
What about Rosencrantz and Guildenstern Are Dead?
That's a good one.
You know that one?
Yeah, because we had to watch it in school.
You know that one?
We had to watch it in school. And I enjoyed it.
I'm amazed by you.
Yeah, I am a very peculiar being.
Yeah. You haven't seen Reservoir Dogs or Children of Men, but you've seen Rosencrantz and Guildenstern Are Dead.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, one of my favorite books is 1984, and you don't see many people talking about that either. I have issues. I like things that usually aren't well known, or if they're well known, not many people care about them.
Oh, you're something special. I learn something about you every time we record.
That's not every time you learn something special and new about me every time we exist around each other.
Whenever I see you, I'm like, wait, what? What else? What's there? Favorite musical artist? It's a tough one as well.
Is it?
I like a wide range of music.
I'm the same way there, so I wouldn't be able to answer that super easily.
No.
Actually, yeah, I could answer my favorite.
But if I had to pick
easily.
like one band that I had to listen to, I couldn't listen to any other band.
Yes, go with that.
Probably go with Linkin Park.
They are good. I liked them a lot when I was younger.
I mean, I like grew up on Linkin Park.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened with me. It was good times. Rest in peace, Chester. Sad times.
Very sad times.
Remember, I was at work when I heard I was at work and I saw an article saying that he had passed, and at the time I was a cart pusher. So I was outside and I was pushing carts in, and someone had their window rolled all the way down in their car, and they were blaring like at top volume a Linkin Park song on the radio. And I just remember I felt so miserable. It was hot, and I was pushing. I was like, and the shadow of the day, where I praise the world grace.
I can see that pretty vividly in my head.
Yeah, it was not a good time.
A good time. See, I was at home when it happened, so it was great.
I was able to cry in my bathroom in peace.
I just turned on MTV and they had the whole thing for it's like 24 hours straight of nothing but Linkin Park.
Isn't that all anybody ever wants, really?
Yeah. Pretty much. Pretty sure what I do anyways.
Did you just go home and turn on MTV and listen to 24 hours straight of Linkin Park? Wow.
Yeah.
Now we got a whole new side of you that I never knew existed.
Yeah. I have a special, MTV channel that's just nothing but it.
Nothing but Linkin Park?
I still have an old version of MTV hidden away. I've kidnapped people, I've locked them in a studio. And it's like old MTV.
Is it on a specific channel that people just somehow can't access?
It's a secret channel.
How do you hide that frequency?
It's like pirate radio.
It's a pirate radio. I hate you.
You love me.
Debatable. So yeah.
He loves me.
I guess if I'm gonna have to decide my favorite video game, I don't even know if I said this the last time I was recording what my favorite video game was.
I can't remember now.
It's the favorite game. It would probably have to be Chrono Trigger.
Ooh.
I love that game. It's a great game.
You definitely didn't say that last time.
I love it so much. I've played it so many times. I've played it on PlayStation. I've played it on Super Nintendo. I've played it on my DS. So it's a great. I play it on my computer. I guess not condoning anything.
You can play it.
But yes, I love that game. But if we're gonna talk about series, I would probably say, my favorite video game series would probably be Mass Effect.
Ooh, I do like me some Mass
Effect.
A
toss up between Mass Effect and Dragon Age in terms of the lore and the story surrounding both of those.
Pretty much just BioWare RPGs.
Yeah, I love KOTOR 1 and KOTOR 2.
Yeah, amazing.
Original BioWare RPGs were my love.
Yeah.
But I also obviously I'm a fan of Zelda series and stuff like that. But I just in terms of my personal favorite, I have to go with probably Mass Effect or Dragon Age series. Good games.
Now, when you say Mass Effect, is Andromeda included?
I liked Andromeda. I still haven't beat it yet. I got it on my computer and it's ready. I liked Andromeda, but it did have issues.
Oh god, yeah, especially at launch.
At launch, it was way worse. It does have issues, but I think overall, it came out during a bad time, and it was rushed. And so because of the launch issues, and then because you had, during the time, it was when everyone was up in arms about anything even remotely being like, I mean, I don't want to get too political here, but anyone remotely advocating like a difference in people and stuff like that was like seen as bad. And I remember seeing like so many people complaining because of how many lesbian relationships or gay relationships there were, or because and like people just like getting so upset about, oh, there's too many females that are lead roles and there's too many. And I'm just like, it came out during a bad time because that was a time when gamers were really like kind of like way more vitriolic than they are now in terms of Gamergate and stuff was going on, and it was just a bad time mixed with the fact that it wasn't a great game.
Yeah, wasn't the best.
So But I think it's fine. Like, I don't mind the game itself. I also think that they tried too much with the multiplayer aspect of it. Not that I don't like Mass Effect multiplayer.
Like, the multiplayer Mass Effect 3 was perfectly fine the way it was. Like, I enjoyed playing Mass Effect 3's multiplayer just because it was easy, it was simple enough.
I just think that if they would have went through and they would have focused more and made DLC for Andromeda to kind of, like, flesh more things out, it would have been fine.
Well, they were going to make DLC, but
and
they dropped it because of everything.
And, I mean...
It's kind of sad.
It sucks because I think what it is BioWare just isn't used to getting this sort of critical feedback that they were at the time either, and they're still not. I mean, look at Anthem.
Yeah.
They don't know how to handle negative feedback because for so long they've had games that have always just done
hits.
Great.
Yeah. And
then Mass Effect 3 came out and there's a lot of controversy, and I think that started creating a lot of bad will for people.
Yeah.
And started to make people go like, oh, the ending was terrible, even though like the ending was made to be like how it was.
Yeah.
Because it was trying to show you that these certain decisions mattered, but at the end of it all, that decision that you made only held so much of a change to everything. Yeah. It was more supposed to you to interpret what happened. But people didn't like that. It was
supposed to be open-ended.
Instead, they had to create a DLC where someone talked about what happened. When it's like, I didn't need someone to like talk to me about it. I would have understood. Because I played the game and had no issues with the ending.
Neither did I. I quite liked it.
I thought that they could have done a tiny bit more than just change colors of stuff. They could have done a little bit more than that. But they didn't need a whole 5 minute for each section that you chose to elaborate further on a story that you kind of already inferred anyways.
I think that was the thing people complain about the most, just the colour thing.
Yeah.
It's like, choose between these 3 colours.
And it's like,
that's what's annoying them. If it was like, choose between these 3 characters that you know and love.
Yeah.
It'd be completely different.
Instead, it was like they looked at it as being the colors instead of looking at what they... I understand wanting to have the closure to certain like race issues and like stuff going on in the universe. That's fine. That's why I didn't mind like them releasing, the like kind of giving more background. But you didn't... Were you really going to be that upset about the color scheme? And make it seem like your choices didn't matter at all through all the games? They did matter. Like, it affected what missions you had. It affected like how you saw next time you saw them, or if you saw them at all.
Yeah.
It's just not everything can be a choice that changes a completely different outcome. Sometimes people still die. Sometimes people still deal with shit.
It's how I took it as was like Shepard getting to that point where he has to choose between the 3 colours is inevitable for him.
Exactly.
That his crew and everyone around him is there or not, it doesn't matter. He was going to get there no matter what. And that was the whole point of it. And
when he got there, like he had to make those choices.
Like he was going to die trying to get there no matter what. And that's why he literally does.
Mm-hmm.
Like that was the whole point. That was Shepard. Stuff they've built into the first
savior of the universe and was able to make it to... No one batted an eye about them having a technology to rebuild someone that's been dead and destroyed in space and like frozen and but also like completely torn apart and stuff, and having like barely any cells that would even be able to be revived no matter what the technology is. No one had a problem with that.
No.
Like, I mean, you had few people, obviously, but like no one had a serious problem with it, and number 2 was considered a really great game. But then you go into 3 and you have a couple of choices that maybe are difficult to make, or you see a couple people that you don't want to see die.
Yeah.
What that's going to be your problem is the color choice. Like, it's a story.
Yeah.
And it's in the future, and it's got like a bunch of things that are completely inaccurate. Why are you worrying so much about... It was a great game and it was a great series. I'm sorry that it didn't end exactly how you wanted it. Well, it's not how the world works.
These things happen.
It's the same as people complaining. Everything aside, it's the same thing about people complaining and wanting to protest and have petitions to change the Game of Thrones because it didn't end the way that they wanted it to.
Yeah. Like, I personally enjoyed the last season of Game of Thrones.
I think there's a lot that could have been done to improve it.
Oh, it could have been
But
better.
It's out there, and it's done, and that's how they wanted to end it. It's over with. It wasn't that bad. Like, people seem to mistake bad games, bad movies, bad TV shows. They seem to like think that means that it just goes the way that they don't think it should.
Yeah.
Or that the majority even thinks that it goes the way it shouldn't.
Yeah.
No. Bad means it's just functionally just not good.
It literally makes no sense whatsoever.
Exactly.
Characters do things that are completely out of character.
Or like, if it's a game, the game has bugs, doesn't work, it's broken.
Fundamentally broken.
If it's a movie, there's shots that make no sense. It's
poorly edited.
It's poorly edited. The acting's terrible.
That sound is atrocious. That soundtrack is really awkward music.
Yeah.
It's really chirpy and a really sad scene.
Bad is so subjective. There's no way that you can...
It's like The Room. The Room is a bad movie, but people love that movie.
Yeah, it's a horrible movie, but people still love it because of the memeness of it. Yeah. But like, you know, like you can't, I don't know, you can't quantify things like that, and you have to understand that not everything needs to fit into a certain narrative. Just like this podcast hasn't, because we've went way off the rails.
Oh, so
it's fine. This is probably how it's going to be.
Even more so than the first time.
Yeah, we're already 10 minutes over, I think.
Oh, wow.
The first one, which is fine. I mean, it's not a big deal. I'm sure people will enjoy us talking
hopefully
nonsense. But real quick, I'll just get in my point of what else I was going to say. My favorite musical artist, probably Cody and Cambria, but I love a ridiculous assortment of music. I really love XXX Tentacion.
Oh.
I like, Joji's good, like that type of music, but I also like my rock. I don't like country. That's the only genre that I can't really get behind.
You don't like John Denver?
Don't even know who it is.
You don't know John Denver?
The name's familiar. Don't know who he is.
You don't want to take me home? Country Roads?
Oh, yeah. Is he the original creator of that, though? The original writer?
Pretty sure he is, yeah.
Then, yes, I love that song. That song.
That
Country Roads. And then, what was the last one? Movies? Favorite movies? Favorite movie? Do I have a favorite movie? What movie is my favorite movie?
So.
Ooh. That's a hard one, because I used to know my favorite movie, but I don't even remember what my favorite movie used to be. That's how sad it is. I don't know. It's hard for me.
What movie do you enjoy watching? But if it's on, you'd sit down and watch it.
I don't know, Kyle. I don't know. How about I just give you my favorite movie genre and maybe my favorite movie series?
Sure.
I really like, when it comes to genres, my favorite genres are probably sci-fi out there sort of stuff, and comedies. And if they combine them, like you get like a Spaceballs, then you can have, that's good too.
And then you're sold.
And my favorite series is probably Star Wars.
Star Wars?
Yeah, all of them.
As a whole?
All of it.
Prequel, original, and
there's not a single Star Wars that I won't watch, even if it's not a good one, just to say like it's still good enough that I could watch it and enjoy it. But that's what happens when you grow up with Star Wars.
You're a rare type of Star Wars fan, that's for sure.
I don't have as much problem, like we've already established when it came to like game series. So I'm not a person that's going to complain that much as long as it's not completely ruined.
Yeah.
Granted, the prequels came really close.
So close.
I still don't think it was ruined. I just think the politics of it... I like the politics aspect of it, though.
Yeah.
I think the movie would have been way worse. I think the worst part about the prequel was...
Like the action.
Was the acting.
Yeah.
Really, except for everyone except for Ewan McGregor.
And Liam Neeson.
Yes, and Liam Neeson. And a couple other, like the guy who does Palpatine. He's actually a good actor.
He's really good.
But what's his name? Christian Hayden or something like that?
Yeah.
Hayden Christensen?
Hayden Christensen.
Something stupid and I don't care about. He's the worst actor ever.
I hate sand.
It's
rough. Of course.
I hate sand.
But it's everywhere.
Padme, you betrayed me. You're here with him. It's like, no, stop. He never got good.
Yeah.
Whew.
So even in that third movie, like, confrontation between him and Obi-Wan, Ewan McGregor's like giving his all, and you can feel the raw emotion coming out of him. And Hayden Christensen's like, from my perspective, the Jedi are wrong.
From my perspective, Jedi were wrong, and it's like such a. He has the same tone to everything he does.
Yeah.
I hate you.
Pretty dead-on impersonation.
I'm telling you, those waveforms are just gnarly. It's exactly what you want to see.
Oh yeah.
Wow, I actually got a little lightheaded from that. How did he act like that the whole time?
You've lost the will to live.
All right, we gotta wrap this up. So overall, that's kind of information about us and our feelings, I guess, on a couple things. That's kind of
quickly though. We should probably state that the podcast is going to be a weekly thing.
That's what I was getting to. So the podcast itself is going to be kind of similar to that sort of. We might go off on tangents. That's fine. You'll still get the info that we're providing you. It's gonna be a lot of like news info. We might have things that we just want to talk about that we find interesting that'll be on there. But we'll be updating you guys and giving you new podcasts every week. Every Friday it'll be posted. That's gonna be at 12. Excuse me, I burped. It's gonna be at 12. It tastes like sausage rolls. It's going to be at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for you Americans, and it's going to be at 5 p.m. Irish Standard Time for everyone here in Ireland.
GMT.
Yeah, GMT plus 1, I think it is right now, right?
Pretty sure.
Or no, it's UTC plus 1. It goes to
I have no idea.
It goes to GMT during the winter hours. Right now it's the other one that I said. So Irish Standard Time, Dublin time.
Just Google it.
Yes, it's going to be 5 p.m. So there's a 5-hour difference between Irish Standard Time and Eastern Standard Time. So you'll get that. So every Friday will be
every Friday.
Every Friday, unless a dire situation happens. Not even losing your files is going to change that, because this is still going to be a Friday. Every Friday. We'll be posting, and it'll be a nice podcast. We're going to shoot for at least an hour long. We might see if we go longer. Maybe sometimes it'll go a little bit shorter. We'll have to see, how things play out.
How we feel at the time, how the topics are.
Exactly.
The conversation's flowing.
If we get any, if we get good topics, or I think that was already kind of mentioned, but yeah, and other factors. We also kind of want to see if we can get into Twitch live streaming the podcast. Maybe sometimes, maybe once a week, or once every once a month, depending on when we start, how much we get support, and if people want to see that. Creating other sort of content. We're gonna be on all the popular platforms, so iTunes, Spotify, Google Play Music. That's only moderately popular, but I know people still use it.
Google Play Music is like what the cool kids use.
Yeah, we'll go with that. Podbean. You could probably find it on several other sites. It's going to be an RSS feed from Podbean that you'll be able to input into whatever player you want. So there you go.
It's universal.
It'll also be on YouTube for those of you that like to only listen to your content or view it on YouTube. And it won't be video of us, but it'll be something there, some sort of static or mostly static image. But it'll be enjoyable. But yeah, it's going to be a great time. We're going to enjoy doing it. And hopefully you guys want to listen to us. And if you didn't listen to us at all and you just went straight to the first episode, which actually has content on it,
actual topics,
then there you go. But unless you have something else that you want to say, Kyle.
Just some last add on things we might do. Podcast won't be strictly just, episode after episode. Every now and again, if time demands it, if it's a slow week with no good topics, or maybe it's a week where something special's going on, we will have almost like specials. I've said specials so many times. It kind of felt weird.
Specials, like a review of a movie, or
if it's like, the week of E3, or in August we'll be going to Dublin Comic Con.
Yeah, what did you just say?
Dublin.
You didn't say Dublin very good.
I said Dublin Comic Con.
Oh, you just said it so fast, it sounded weird. Dublin.
Irish, we talk fast.
Dublin Comic Con.
Dublin Comic Con.
Dublin Comic Con.
Dublin Comic Con.
Dublin. We're gonna be at Dublin Comic Con, and we'll be, taking in the sights there, and we'll probably do a special on that. So if that's something that you're interested in, boom, there you go. If you have any questions that you want to ask us, please feel free to message us, comment on our stuff. We're on all social media platforms. That's another thing I should say.
Yeah.
Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat soon.
Soon.
We'll be on everything, and we'll be posting stuff as regularly as possible to all those, as well as just posting dumb, funny things, anything that you guys want to see, or things that we just want to share with you.
Keep you updated, but also try to entertain you as well.
Exactly. Isn't that the whole point of creating stuff?
Wait, is it?
I think so. I'm not sure. I'm still trying to figure it
I
out.
thought it was for the monetary gain.
Oh, yes, money. We're definitely going to be having tons of money generated from this.
Oh, totally, yeah.
So if you guys, give us your support, give us feedback, let us know what you want to hear, what you don't want to hear anymore, if we're doing something right or wrong. That's how we'll grow. That's how we'll get better.
If Cody's doing something wrong, make sure to tell him that.
Yes, exactly. Make sure to tell me only.
Only you, because I can't do anything.
Because I'm the leader.
I'm flawless.
Because I'm the leader, and so I should know all the issues.
I didn't lose the files.
All right, I didn't lose the files, and that's the end of this introductory podcast. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.